Welcome back to the channel. Now it is being said that the President of the Judicial Committee of the United Kingdom's Privy Council, Lord Reid, said while considering the murder case against Vybz Kartel and the 3 co-convicts, they will be paying attention to Jamaica's own decision made by its appeal court and also the original decision made by the original trial judge, Justice Lennox Campbell. Now, attorneys for the appellants have asked the body to say, among other things, whether the judge should have discharged the entire jury or just the tainted juror after the allegation surfaced that there were attempts to bribe members of the jury, which I guess that go without saying for most in the mind of some. Now, the attorneys are also asking the panel to say whether the judge was wrong to invite the jury to reach to a verdict late in the day, given the special circumstances of the case. Basically saying, since the judge did not dismiss the entire jury, should he have then invited the jury that, even though it's late in the day, and that maybe the jury needed more time to consider, was that wrong on the judge's part? Which is something where them themselves say they are going to look into. Now, the King's Counsel, Peter Knox, who is the attorney appearing for the prosecution, he made his final statements stating that the vantage point of the Jamaican body should not be overlooked by the UK Privy Council. And he was quoted as saying, "I do submit that it is important to bear in mind what the Court of Appeal had to say about this matter. They have familiarity with how juries work, how the system works, and in their own words, it is in their primary responsibility to ensure the system works properly." Something where some Jamaicans would debate about the justice system and the judicial system. Some people say it is just not like first world countries, which is also something they themselves are pointing out. He further went on to point out that the UK Privy Council operates as a second review court, and he was quoted as saying, "I do submit that great respect should be given to the Court of Appeal's assessment of this matter." So he's basically saying that UK Privy Council is a second Court of Appeal and that they should respect the appeal of the Privy Council, of the Jamaican Appeal Court. Now keep in mind, regardless of how that might sound to you, the Privy Council is Jamaica's highest court as stated by the defense attorneys. And it's a place where people bring matters to when they feel like an injustice has been done on the part of their local court. So while the Privy Council does respect the verdicts given by appeal courts in their territories, it is also their job to look into it and see if things were overlooked, to see if lines were crossed, and to see if an injustice, point blank, was done. And to those statements, Lord Reid did respond to Knox and said, "It will be." Now, continuing with his argument, Knox said there was no error of law in what the judge did. That's what it boils down to. He acted within his discretion. It was not unreasonable direction, given the extreme difficult situation he found himself in, and the responsibility was of course on him, but he felt as if they could get their verdict. Now this is something where the people are going to disagree with this attorney representing the prosecution. He said, looking at the case as a whole, was there a real risk that the case was unfair? He claims no. He said, driving his point home, that it was established that defendants could not derail trials just by making offers of bribes to jurors. Now he's pointing out that the bribe offered by the individual might have been an aim to just disrupt the whole trial overall. Some pointed out that the money being offered by that specific juror, keeping in mind that Vybz Kartel is a multi-millionaire and has already spent millions of dollars on court appearances and appeals and things of that nature. The money being offered by that jury does not sound like it was coming from a multi-million-dollar superstar seeking its freedom. I mean, no. Talk to me in the comment section. Tell me what you think about that. Now, he said, the Court of Appeal, the Jamaican Court of Appeal, who knows about how the system works, saw nothing wrong in how it happened. They, in their ruling, described some of the cases about sending juries out rather late. And he said in his submission, the Court of Appeal was perfectly entitled to come up with the conclusion they did. No error of law was identified, and I submit it is not this court's place to interfere with the Court of Appeal's judgment on this matter or these matters overall. Now that differs from what most people think. Most people believe that a fair trial was not given to Vybz Kartel and his co-accused. And some people, based upon the fact that his influence, the way people see him, love or hate him, Vybz Kartel is one of those dancehall artists that people don't seem to know about. But they didn't know about him for intellectual prowess. Remember, this is a dancehall artist that has spoken at our universities. Uno can't say this is not an intelligent individual if he was given the opportunity to speak directly to future generations. We are talking about the future doctor them. We are talking about the future engineer them. You name one of Jamaica's biggest university. And the future in God to talk to. And the reason wasn't just based on music. At one point, them asked him to take responsibility. Something he said, what you know? Each parent should parent their children. Our parents should parent their children and should not give that responsibility onto those celebrated as celebrities and those seen are given that influence. Now, Knox said, even if the judge's direction was not as strong as they could have been, or even if the retirement was too late in the day, there is no reason to suspect the jury was biased. Now, I can't tell you what it did on somebody's mind. I can't tell if the jury was biased or not. Him choose to make this statement representing the prosecution. He might do him job. Now, I'm going to say this. Based on a quote given by Isaac Buchanan to the Privy Council, he said one of the women said that she was concerned for the four women who was offered the bribe. Remember, that four woman later had to go into witness protection. She later complained about witness protection, saying that in Jamaica, she was a business owner. She owned her own business and things of that nature. And because of some assumed reason, she was sent overseas under a new identity. And her life was changed. She wasn't given a business overseas. So she never go overseas to be a business owner. She left from owning her own business and being a boss to going overseas and have to probably work somewhere else and be an employee. She never liked that. Long before that though, another juror was there, Isaac Buchanan said, was concerned about her and the whole of what take place. While that can point to a bias, it does prove somewhat that the whole situation was on the minds of the jurors. So I don't know. How that look to you? They must say it played no part in the jury's decision. But did it really play no part in the jury's decision? Now the state has them want a retrial. Because I guess they're saying, other than the evidence there, the other evidence would still be sufficient. Even if a new jury was called and things of that nature. They believe that the evidence that they have would still be enough. Defense attorneys are saying that they don't know if the accused or the Vybz Kartel and the other individuals who have been convicted would get a fair trial. Talk to me in the comment section and tell me what you think. If you're new to the channel and just pass through, well, click the subscribe icon and then the bell icon, and of course put it on all. And this is how you know will be notified of all fresh content as soon as fresh content is uploaded and made available for you right here on the platform. The like icon is also in close proximity to the share icon. Drop a like and bust a share. And tell a friend, tell them sister and them brother them to check out the channel, check out the reasoning, and also join the discussion in the comment section 24/7. It never lack it. Just be respectful and mindful of the guidelines. But other than that, drop your thoughts and comments and yes, your opinions there. We can continue the reason via the comment section. Now until the reason again, of course, my sentiments for you and yours. If you want to live, love and prosper, and also if you want to stay tuned until you do it, until we reason again. So, like and share the video. Tell a friend, check out the video then.